Boarding school at an early age is child abuse. We're surrounded by silences, generally about things that elites do not want us to talk about. And one of those issues, I believe, is boarding schools. The number of children boarding has been in long-term decline in this country, but now, strangely, it's beginning to rise again. And it's still the case that children as young as 7 in this country are being sent away to board. And I think this is potentially really damaging, both for the kids themselves and for society as a whole. Now, I know some of this myself because I boarded from the age of 8, and I feel that I've been struggling to overcome some of the emotional impacts of that ever since, and I've put an awful lot of work into doing that. So prevalent have those impacts been that they actually have a name now, which is boarding school syndrome. And what that means is that you have a great deal of difficulty connecting with the full range of your emotional life. It means that you have trouble forming attachments, trouble maintaining intimate relationships. You come out basically emotionally disabled, and it takes a very long time to get yourself back on track. Now, as I say, I think this is bad for everyone because a lot of these people end up in positions of leadership. That's part of the point of being sent to private school, and particularly to boarding school, that you turn into a leader of men, as they put it. So we end up with an elite, with people in positions of power who are emotionally damaged. That's a very dangerous place to be, because children who are taught to deny their own feelings also learn to deny other people's feelings. And boarding school, I believe, contributes to a system that is psychopathic in character. That doesn't mean that everyone in that system is a psychopath by any means. It means that in aggregate, the system does not take responsibility for its actions, does not empathise with or even recognise its own victims. Now, my belief is that if these were working class parents doing this to their children, are basically creating artificial orphans by sending their kids off voluntarily at such a young age into an institution, and there would be an outcry. Social services would be all over them like a rash, but somehow upper class parents get a free pass to behave in ways which other parents wouldn't be able to get away with. And this has become a sort of form of acceptable cruelty. There's been no government investigation at all of the issue of the harm that boarding might do, or even of the question of what the appropriate age to send children to boarding school might be. Why are children sent at 7 or 8? It's never been asked. So all this is taking place in a complete absence of professional advice, and that's a very dangerous situation for the children in that system. One of the problems here is that no one will stand up for these children. Right-wingers won't do so because in doing so they'll be criticising the private school system, which they won't do. Left-wingers won't do so because they regard these children as privileged. And so they completely fall through the cracks. And I think it's time that we brought this question out into the open once more. We broke the social silence that's been constructed around it. And we started to subject the parenting patterns of all classes to the same sort of scrutiny from social services. This video is part of a Guardian comment series, and if you want to see more of them, you can click below.
The land of the free has the biggest prison population in the history of mankind. And how did that happen? In the last 30 years, there's been a total transformation of the American prison system.